The movie begins with a villain telling Judy and Nick all the evil crimes she has committed, which has to do with framing people. But Judy reveals to have recorded the villain every words. The news announces how the first bunny cop Judy, and a street fox Nick, uncovered a conspiracy by Mayor Bellwether, using a toy carrot recorder band. Nick is asked to join the police force due to his skills, and the both of them are now the very first bunny fix team in the history of Zootopia. In the present day at the police station, Chief Bogo announces to the officers that today's bad guy is this custom inspector who has been smuggling illegal overseas cargo to the city shipyard. He gives each of them a duty that will help catch the criminal. He adds that Judy and Nick are not to do anything, but only observe how the veteran teams catch the criminals since they're rookies. The chief then noticed that Judy and Nick are not actually present for the meeting. Officer Clawhauser enters to inform the chief that Nick and Judy have already gone to apprehend the criminal. Judy and Nick disguise themselves as a married couple, carrying a fake baby along with them to enter the shipyard. They meet their target called Inspector Snootley, who says to them that they can't be here, but Nick tells him that they came to this shipyard to celebrate their baby's birthday, and what their baby wishes for is to get a great shipyard inspector like him to sign their baby's clothes. Just as they finally get Inspector Snootley distracted, Judy uses the chance to try and open a container to expose Inspector Snootley illegal smuggled goods. A voice from Judy's speaker tells her to stand down and wait for backup. Snootley realizes that they're all police, and quickly dives inside his van to escape. Nick and Judy enters a car to chase after Snootley van. Judy reckless driving leads to a lot of damage in Zootopia, and ends up destroying the statue of Zootopia founder. They finally capture Snootley, but Judy surprisingly catches a glimpse of something looking like a snake slithering away, and finds some shed scales. Waiting outside Chief Bogo office, Judy watches a podcast where we find out that reptiles like snakes were banned from Zootopia, and the last snake was seen in Zootopia over 150 years ago. Chief Bogo unleashes his anger on Judy and Nick for the damages they caused in the city, and for disobeying his orders. Judy tries to tell Chief Bogo what she observed in Snootley van. She believes reptiles might be smuggled inside Zootopia, but Chief Bogo cuts her off before she finished talking. He tells them that because of what they have done, he is worried over having to divide the two of them as a team. He decided to give them a different assignment, and warns that if they fail this assignment, he will have no choice but to split them up. The assignment was that they're told to meet with a therapist called Dr. Fuseby, who has a skill of fixing dysfunctional partners. Dr. Fuseby tells them that Judy has a habit of always taking the lead without consulting Nick, and that she normally experiences constant stress, while Nick is always self-conscious. The both of them are pissed off at Fuseby therapy section, but they come to agreement to work very hard, so they won't lose their jobs in the police force. Everyone in the police department makes fun of them. They're seen as a joke. Just as they both went to their various houses, Nick is seen sitting lazily at his apartment without doing any of the required work, while Judy gets a call from her parents who talks a lot. She managed to avoid talking to them for long, and decided to focus on her studies. She gets distracted by the news, and notices that one of the vans attending a gala that is being hosted by the Linksleys looks exactly like the one Snootley was driving earlier. Believing there is a big connection between them, Judy contacts Nick to tell him that snakes might possibly be in Zootopia. They tries to steal the Linksleys' journal years ago. They might possibly be here to try steal it again. Nick doesn't take her words seriously because snakes hasn't been seen in Zootopia like forever. But realizing they might sustain their job if they uncover the case, and have a chance of getting respected by the police department, Nick decided to join her to investigate. He follows her as they both sneak inside the gala wearing suits. Judy decided to go to where the journal is to keep an eye on it, and she is bumped by the youngest son of Milton Linksley called Paubert, and they befriend each other. Nick sees a snake shed in the gala, and sees a hooded person sneaking around. Unfortunately, he is found by Chief Bogo before he could try and warn Judy. The hooded person reveals himself as Gary the Snake. Everyone in the gala sees him and runs away. Gary captures Milton and steals the journal, and Judy chases after them. Just as he uses the eye print of Milton to try and open the journal, Judy enters the room and begs Gary not to hurt Milton. Gary feels really bad by her words, saying snakes never hurt anyone, snakes are not the bad guys, but Milton is. This journal holds the secret that will prove it, and begs Judy to give him the chance to prove himself. The journal is his only chance to set things right, and his family will finally be able to come home. Nick knocks out Gary with a pan, not knowing the situation. Milton children enters the room, and Milton orders them to kill the snake. He threatens Judy and Nick to file a report that the snake attacked them and must keep their mouths shut. Judy starts a fire to stop them from coming close to the snake, and they throw the snake out of the window. An unknown figure carried the snake away in a bike. Judy and Nick as well managed to escape with the journal, and are rescued by Mr. Big, who now runs an apparel side business with Frou Frou, so that he can spend time with his granddaughter. He makes fake passport for them to leave the country, but Judy rejects them as she wants to stop the Linksleys. Mr. Big reveals that the Linksleys have always been involved in the underworld, and that it is closely impossible for the two to take them down due to how much power they have. They were apparently the ones who built the weather pillars in Zootopia. Nick wants to escape Zootopia, but Judy urges him to stay and help Gary. With help from Frou Frou, they are able to reach out to podcaster Nibbles Maplestick, who has long argued about the existence of reptiles in Zootopia. Nibbles transports Nick and Judy to Marsh Market, an area of Zootopia that is going through hardships because of the Linksleys' plan to pave over it. They get inside a sunken ship, which is revealed to be a hideout for reptiles. Nibbles takes them to meet Jesus, who refuses to help them unless they eat his food. When they forcefully do so, Jesus laughs with the crowd, revealing he was only messing with them. Jesus goes through the journal, which has a metal cover, and tells them that there is a secret on the front that cannot be seen with regular mammal eyes. Unfortunately, the Zootopia Police Department finds them, forcing Judy and Nick to run away. Jesus gives them a boat to help with their escape. He's helping them because they both saved the city once, and reckons they will do it again, and when they do, maybe everyone will see that reptiles aren't that different. Gary grabs the journal from Judy and runs away, leading to them to chase after him, while the police chase them from behind. During the chase for Gary, they enter inside a water tunnel, but had no choice but to come out due to not being able to hold their breath. Lost halfway between Marsh Market and Gary's destination, Nick is angry with Judy over getting them into trouble again. They are assisted by a pair of goats who tells them of an abandoned getaway at the top of the mountain that reptiles usually hides. Just as Nick and Judy climb up, Nick makes fun of Judy playfully by playing with her recorder carrot. As they fight over it, they drop it where it falls and breaks, pissing off Judy. It is revealed that the Zootopia Police Department has been tracking them. Nick notices the ZPD trailing them and quickly tries to alert Judy, confessing that he doesn't care about the case. Judy responds that they are too different, just as the ZPD arrives and interrupts their escape. Judy is struck with a tranquilizer, but Gary, alongside Paubert, the same one who had rescued him during the gala, comes to her aid. While the trio manages to flee, Nick is captured by the ZPD. Despite their pressure, he refuses to reveal Judy's whereabouts, prompting Milton to taunt him before taking him away. Judy regains consciousness with Gary and Paubert, who disclose that they have been attempting to prove Zootopia's origins were not mammal-driven but founded by reptiles, particularly Gary's great-grandmother. She had been betrayed by Ebenezer, who expelled the reptiles and paved over their homeland. Realizing that remnants of the reptile settlement, and evidence of the D-snakes as the founders, are hidden within Tundra Town, they set off to investigate. Meanwhile, Nick is locked up in a cell across from Nibbles. She convinces him to open up about why he hesitated to assist Judy, revealing his deep care for her. With Nibbles' help, they manage to escape but are pursued by the ZPD and, after an accidental release, other inmates including Bellwether. Desperate to flee, Nick calls on Flash to pick him and Nibbles up. Judy, Gary, and Paubert navigate through Sahara Square while the ZPD remain hot on their trail. They dash through the Burning Mammal Festival, where Gazelle and her dancing tigers step in to confront the zebras, settling a score from the gala. Clawhauser aids Nick and Nibbles by tracking Judy's position, allowing Flash to rush them there. Hogbottom is ordered to shoot Judy with a lethal dart. Hesitant, she fires accidentally, but Flash intervenes with his car. The group collides with the weather wall, leaving Nick locked out. Judy, Gary, and Paubert race to the tower's summit to activate a lighthouse that will reveal the reptile settlement. At the last moment, Nibbles rescues Nick from the wall's heater, but Paubert injects Judy with snake venom and throws Gary into the cold. He admits he sought the original Zootopia founding papers to destroy them, hoping to gain his father's acceptance and avoid being different. He leaves them to die with Gary's fanny pack containing the anti-venom and pursues Nibbles, whom he poisons, and corners Nick atop the weather wall. Using his strength, Gary keeps Judy warm while Nick and Paubert clash. Nick forces Paubert to release the fanny pack, spots Gary attempting to retrieve the anti-venom pen, and tosses it down just as the ZPD arrives and a fight ensues. Gary uses the pen to cure Judy, who rushes to save Nick from falling. Finally, Nick and Judy share their insecurities. Nick admits his desire for a pack and tendency to push others away, while Judy confesses she fears being perceived as weak and only seeks acceptance. Gary administers the cure to Nibbles, and the group notices Paubert heading for the lighthouse. Nick and Judy pursue him while Gary and Nibbles take on the Linksleys. During the fight, Nibbles encourages Wind Dancer to embrace heroism, leading him to confront the Linksleys successfully. Nick and Judy continue chasing Paubert, eventually subduing him with Gary and Nibbles' help. They enter the abandoned reptile settlement via the lighthouse and reach Gary's old home, uncovering proof of Zootopia's founding. Paubert makes one final attempt to stop them but is incapacitated by Hogbottom. The truth about Zootopia's origin spreads across the news, the Linksleys are arrested, and the main group is pardoned. With reptiles permitted to return, Nick and Judy strengthen their partnership, teaching other ZPD duos to embrace differences. At Gary's home, Nick gifts Judy the repaired pen as a keepsake. They immediately return to duty, chasing down the escaped criminals, beginning with Bellwether attempting to flee the country.